Hey guys, welcome back to SudokuManiacs. So we are going to go ahead and solve the Anti Knight Sudoku that I had presented earlier today and see how we can solve it in a faster way. Right? I hope you guys are enjoying this series on the solving techniques. Do let us know if there's something we can do better to make the experience even more pleasant for you all. Because sometimes no feedback, we treat it as good feedback. So the rules, I'll just go over them once again. Rules of classic Sudoku apply, that is, a digit cannot repeat in any given row, column, or a 3 by 3 bold outlined box. Additionally, a digit cannot repeat at a cell which is at a knight's step from itself. So for example, if this was a given 5, right, this would not be possible in all cells where a knight step is possible. That is, these 8 cells cannot contain the digit 5, right? So before we actually move on to the actual puzzle, there are a few techniques that I use to blindly eliminate digits from any given cell. So I will just do a random placement of digits as seen as pencil marks across the grid and I'll show you where those digits cannot appear. Alright, you can blindly remember these, and whenever you face such a situation, when you're solving an Anti Knight Sudoku, you can directly go ahead with the elimination. So let's say I'll mark these, sorry, the clue places in gray. So let's say if the digit 5 was possible here, then when I have a placement where the two cells are adjoining each other, right, as possibilities, then I can go 2 steps either to the left or to the right and eliminate, or better still, let's use these two. All right, that will allow us more leeway. So these are the two places where the digit 5 can be placed in box 2. So when I go 2 steps to the left and to the right, I'll mark those cells as yellow. We can safely sorry, and blindly eliminate the digit 5 from these two yellow cells. The reason is this 5 shares the row with the two yellow cells at row 1 column 3 and row 1 column 7, and the same digit 5 which is at row 1 column 5 shares the constraint of the knight step with row 2 column 3 and column 7. Similarly, for the 5 which is there in row 2, it obviously cannot be in the yellow cells in row 2, and for the row 1 cells which are marked in yellow are at a knight step, that is 1, 2 and a turn. So whenever we have such a placement where the two digits are adjoining each other, or the pencil marks are adjoining each other, we can safely eliminate them from the cells which are at 2 steps from it. Alright. Now, supposing these were the two places where I could have a 6. When such kind of a placement is available to us, sorry, the yellows, these two cells, we can go ahead and eliminate the 6 from these cells. The reason, the 6 in column 7 shares the column with the yellow cell there, and the yellow cell in the ninth column is at a knight's step, and similarly for the 6 which is placed in column 9, obviously the yellow cell in column 9 cannot contain the 6, and the yellow cell in the column 7 is at a knight step. So whenever we have the digits that can be placed in two cells which are at a gap of one cell, then the adjoining two cells in the same row or column, depending on the position, we can eliminate that digit. Alright. Next, let's assume we had say 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is just, I'm explaining. Do not use this as a proper Sudoku. I'm just trying to highlight how we use the elimination. Now the missing digits are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? In such a case, I am going to mark these 4 yellow cells. What it means is the pencil marks in the plus sign of 5 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 can never be in any of these 4 yellow cells. So the yellow cells can only contain the digits which are there in the corner of the box, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can safely go ahead and put the pencil mark of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is again assuming these 4 numbers are either given or have already been obtained in the grid. So we can safely go ahead and remove these possibilities. The reason is this cell shares a row with the central plus sign, right? So obviously it cannot repeat here. And the other two cells which are left are at a night step. And the same relational, positional relationship applies to all these 4 cells at the corners of the plus sign. So this was another technique that I use to blindly eliminate possibilities. It's not necessary that all these pencil marks have to form a plus. What it means is any pencil mark that is forming a part of this plus sign can never be placed in these 4. That's right, in these 4 yellow cells. Good. Now, another thing I use is a L technique. Now, assuming I had 3 possibilities for the digit, 8. Alright, I'll mark them 8. And let's just say there was nothing there. Now, what it means is this is a forming an L shape. So, with an extension of 1, right? So, I take this 2 cells in either direction. I mark them in yellow. What it means is, irrespective of where the 8 comes in among these 3, it cannot occur in these 2 yellow cells. I know it's a lot to take in this short time, but believe me, I'm getting old. I may not be as fast as I used to be about 7 years or 8 years down the line. But one thing I can say with due modesty is this Anti Knight Sudoku was one of my favorite variants. And with all due modesty, I think I can match the best in the world when I'm solving an Anti Knight Sudoku. And these are the tips and techniques that I use to eliminate the possibilities. Alright? So, having seen these, let's see how we can implement these when we are actually solving our Anti Knight Sudoku. Alright? So we have the grid. And just like I always say, we always started like a classic Sudoku. I have a 9 and a 9. So this has to be a 9. 8, 8. This is an 8. Good enough. Now, when I look at this 1, the 1 cannot be in these 3 and this 1 cannot be here. Only 2 places for 1 are in these 2 cells. But this cell is at a night step to both the 1. So obviously I can't have a 1 there. This is a 1. 1, 1 by classic rule in these 2. But we have a 1 here. This is my 1. 1, 1. The 1 has to be in these 2. But 1 is... Okay. This cannot be a 1. These cannot be a 1. 1 cannot be here because it's at a night step. So this is a 1. So I can eliminate that and this becomes my 1, 1, 1. This is not a 1. This is not a 1. This is a 1. Because this cell is again at a night step. 1, 1. This is a 1 because we're classic. So we have completed all the 1s. Alright. 2 cannot be here, cannot be here. It cannot be here. It cannot be here because it's at a night step. Here again it's at a night step. So this 2 will be placed here. This 2, I cannot have a 2 here, night step. Because of this, I cannot have it here. So this is my 2. So I get a pencil mark here and here. 2, 2. The 2's can be here. And this 2 cannot be here. This 2 cannot be here. Okay, this is a 2. So this becomes a 2. This becomes a 2. And I can eliminate. Good progress. 8, 8. 8 has to be in these two cells. But this cell is at a night step. So I can blindly place the 8 here. Right? So this is an 8. This is an 8. 8 cannot be here. This is an 8. This is an 8. 8 cannot be here. It cannot be here. Because of this 8, these two are at a night step, right? So I can't have the 8 here. This becomes an, sorry. So I can put in a normal digit. This is an 8. This is a, and 8, 8. 8 can't be here. It can't be here because of a night step. So this becomes an 8. This becomes an 8. And that is out. Right? This 6. It cannot be here. It cannot be here. 6 cannot be in these two because both these cells are at a night step. So I can blindly place the 6 here. 6 cannot be here. It cannot be here. Again, it cannot be here because of this at a night step. So this is my 6. 6, 6 in these two. But again, the night constraint comes here and this becomes my 6. Right? Progress? Now, what is? 1, 2, 3. Okay, the missing digits in the column are 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, and 7. 4 cannot be here, cannot be here. 4 is here in these. Now, these 3 cells. If the 4 was in row 8, obviously it cannot be here. But if the 4 was in row 7, it would still be at a night step. Correct? So irrespective of where the 4 is placed in box 8, I cannot have it in row 8 column 3. So I can eliminate the 4 from row 8 column 3. Alright? Now this. I can't have a 1, I can't have a 2, I can't have a 3 because at a night step. I can have a 4. 5 is not possible, 6 is not possible, 7 is possible, 8 is not possible. Again, 9 is at a night step, so that's not possible. Alright? What can be here? 1, 2, 3 is at a night step, not possible. 4 is possible. 5 is at a night step. 6 is there in the box. 7 is possible. 8 and 9 are in the box. So I see that I have a triplet of 4, 5 and 7. But again, the 4 and 7 create a pair. So I cannot have a 7 here. This becomes a 5. That makes this a pair of 4 and 7. Remember, we might be having new techniques for an anti-knight. But all the techniques that we learned for classic Sudoku would still be applicable. Alright? Now this is a 4. It cannot be here. So this is a 3, 7. And the 4 for box 7 is logged in these two cells. Correct? You remember when we spoke about the two adjacent cells having a pencil mark? So 2 places to the right, I cannot have a 4. Right? Because if this is a 4, it's in the same row. If this is a 4, it's at a night step. That was a logical explanation. But the moment I see 2 cells adjoining cells having the same digit, I can simply eliminate the 4 and place a 7 here. So this would become a, 4, and this 7 is at a knight step to this. So 7 would be placed here, and this would become my 3. 7 by classic rules cannot be here. That's a 7. This would be a 4 and a 5. So 5 will go there because I can't have a 5. This is my 3. Now with the 5 here, this is at a knight step. So that's my 4, that's a 5. And with this 4 at a knight step, this has to be a 7, and that becomes my 4. Correct? And with the 4 here, this 4 is out. This becomes my 4, and this is a pencil mark of a 7, 9. Now again, remember we had those placements of alternating cells. So I know for sure here I already have a 2. So this cell cannot be a 7 or a 9. So I blindly eliminate that. So 9, 8, 7, 6 is gone. 5 is possible. 4 is possible. 3, 2, and 1. So you see, without even having to search logically to eliminate 7 and 9, I blindly go ahead and eliminate because the 7s and 9s are placed in the manner which we discussed earlier. Coming back here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 is not there, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9. So the missing are 3, 4, and 9. So this has to be 3, 9. This is a 3, 4. Here, 1, not possible. 2, no. 3, not possible because of the knight step. 4, 5, 6 is again at a knight step. 7 is possible. 8 is in the box. 9 is in the row. So 7 was the only digit that can be placed here. 7, 7, and the only place the 7 can be placed is here. And here I can have 1, 2, 3, 4 is possible. 5 is at a knight step. No. 6 is there. 7, 8, and a 9. So again I have a pair of 4, 9, which makes this a 5. Now in this row 4, 5, 9 were missing. So this is my 4, 9. This is a 5, 9. 4, 5, 9. Correct? Here I can have a 3, 6. I can't have a 6. So this has to be a 3, 9. 3, 6, 9. Now again, when I look at these two, 9 has to be one of these two, right? But both these cells share a knight step relationship with row 8, column 5. So I can blindly eliminate the 9 from here, because if this was a 9, I cannot place a 9 in row 6, and that would make it an invalid Sudoku. So the moment I get a 3 here, this is my 6, this becomes a 9, this becomes my 6, this is a 5 and a 3. 6 cannot be here, 6 cannot be here, so this is my 6, 3 and a 7. 5, 5, that becomes a 5. So I have a 4, 9. 7 makes this a 9. That's a 7. So that's the 4 and that's a 9. And this becomes a 9. Clear? And the last digit here is a 3. 3, 3. 3 has to be in these two. This is a 3, either by knight step or by classic rules. 3, 3. Okay, so I can't have a, oh, this is a 3, so this is a 4. This is a 9, that's a 3. So this is my 4, 4 and a 6, 6, 5. This has to be a 7, 5 and a 9. You see, we didn't have to search logically to eliminate. We didn't have to waste time going through every cell. The moment you start getting pairs in the positions that we discussed at the start of the video, you can simply go ahead and eliminate the digits. This is the beauty of an Anti Knight Sudoku that I love so much. Because so fluently the digits start appearing and you simply go on blindly eliminating them. Now I wish you try again this Anti Knight Sudoku that I gave earlier. Try to use these techniques that we learned today. And let's see if there's an improvement in the time. If you did enjoy the video, do like to it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Let me know in the feedback in the comment section how you found these techniques. Were they helpful? Did they help you reduce the solving time? Maybe what you can do is pick up any random other anti-night Sudoku that you can lay your hands on and try to use these techniques that we learned. But I'm eagerly waiting to hear from you guys to understand, or rather to see how well you guys understood and whether it made logical sense to you. So till the next time, happy solving.